Have you ever wondered how your body communicates with itself? Imagine a vast, intricate network, buzzing with activity. This is your nervous system, the most complex communication network within the human body. It's made up of billions of special cells, known as neurons and glial cells, all working together like an orchestra to control every single function of your body. From the beating of your heart to the memory of your first love, it's all orchestrated by this incredible system. It's like the world's most complex symphony, played out inside you each and every moment. This grand network is divided into two main subsystems: the central nervous system, which includes your brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which connects the central nervous system to the rest of your body. In essence, the nervous system is the body's command center. The central nervous system is the control center of the body. It's composed of two major parts, the brain and the spinal cord. Let's start with the brain. This powerhouse organ is nestled safely within our skulls, and it's divided into two hemispheres, the left and the right, each controlling different body functions. The brain is the ultimate multitasker. It's in charge of everything from our thoughts, memories, and learning to our emotions and movement. It's constantly processing information, making decisions, and coordinating actions. The brain is like the CEO of our bodies, but it couldn't do its job without its right-hand partner, the spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long bundle of nervous tissue that stretches from the brain down to the lower back. It's the highway that neurons use to ferry messages between the brain and the rest of the body. Picture the spinal cord as a two-way street with messages zooming up and down. Some messages go from the body to the brain. These are sensory messages, like, "Hey, that stove is hot." Other messages travel from the brain to the body. These are motor messages that tell our bodies how to respond, like, "Pull your hand away quickly." But the spinal cord doesn't just carry messages, it also has its own set of responsibilities. It's in charge of certain reflexes, automatic responses to stimuli. Picture the last time you accidentally touched something hot. You probably pulled your hand away before you even realized what you were doing. That's a reflex. And it's all thanks to your spinal cord. In essence, the central nervous system is like a well-oiled machine, with each part playing a vital role. The brain processes information, makes decisions, and coordinates actions. The spinal cord carries messages to and from the brain and handles certain reflexes. The central nervous system plays a crucial role in our daily lives, from thinking to moving. It's a marvel of nature, and it's working tirelessly, even as we speak, to keep us alive and kicking. While the central nervous system is the control center, the peripheral nervous system is the messenger. It's the go-between, the liaison, the courier carrying vital messages from your brain to your body and back again. Let's dive into the two main components of the peripheral nervous system: the somatic and the autonomic systems. The somatic nervous system is the one you have the most control over. It commands your voluntary muscles, the ones you use to pick up a pen, wave hello, or do a cartwheel. The somatic system is like the conductor of an orchestra, guiding the movements of your muscles. It's formed by sensory neurons that carry information from your body to your brain, and motor neurons that carry commands from your brain to your muscles. Now, let's move to the autonomic nervous system. This one operates below your conscious awareness, silently regulating your involuntary functions such as your heart rate, blood pressure, and digestion. Imagine it as the silent stage crew, adjusting the lighting and moving the props without you even noticing. The autonomic system is further divided into two subsystems: the sympathetic and the parasympathetic systems. The sympathetic system is your body's own superhero, preparing you for fight or flight during stressful situations. It's the one that makes your heart race when you're nervous, or your palms sweat when you're in a tricky situation. On the other hand, the parasympathetic system is the calming influence, promoting rest and digestion. It's like a soothing lullaby that slows your heart rate and relaxes your muscles after a stressful event. Both these systems work together, maintaining a balance. Like two sides of a coin, they ensure your body responds appropriately to the ever-changing circumstances around you. Together, the somatic and autonomic systems of the peripheral nervous system enable us to interact with our environment and regulate our body's involuntary functions. They are the unsung heroes working behind the scenes, facilitating our every move and sensation. The peripheral nervous system allows us to interact with our environment and regulates our body's involuntary functions. Neurons are the basic units of the nervous system. These microscopic powerhouses are the very foundation of all the complex communications happening within your body every second of every day. So let's take a closer look at these intriguing structures. Each neuron is composed of three main parts. At its heart, we find the cell body, also known as the soma. This is where the neuron's nucleus resides, along with other essential organelles, much like the control center of a bustling city. Branching out from the cell body, we have the dendrites. These are short extensions, almost like tree branches, reaching out to receive signals from other neurons. Think of them as the neuron's antennas, always listening out for incoming information. Then we have the axon, a longer extension that's responsible for sending out signals to other neurons. Picture it as the neuron's personal courier, delivering messages far and wide. So how do these neurons communicate? The answer lies in electrical and chemical signals. When a neuron receives a signal, it generates an electrical pulse, also known as an action potential. This pulse travels down the axon like a wave, all the way to the end, where it triggers the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters then cross a tiny gap called the synaptic cleft to reach the next neuron. There, they bind to specific receptors on the dendrites, triggering a new action potential and continuing the chain of communication. This complex dance of electrical and chemical signals is happening in your body right now as you listen to this. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, every move you make is all thanks to these neurons and their tireless work. So in essence, neurons are more than just the basic units of the nervous system. They are the architects of our experiences, the weavers of our thoughts, and the conductors of the symphony that is our interaction with the world. Neurons are the communication lines of the nervous system. Synapses are where the magic happens in the nervous system. This is where neurons, the basic units of our nervous system, communicate with each other. Picture it as a bustling city intersection, where information is constantly being exchanged. So what exactly is a synapse? Simply put, it's the point of contact between two neurons. It's the bridge that allows for the transmission of information from one neuron to another. This information is carried in the form of tiny chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters. Let's imagine a typical synapse. On one side, we have the sending neuron, also known as the presynaptic neuron. On the other side, we have the receiving neuron, or the postsynaptic neuron. Between these two neurons, there's a tiny gap known as the synaptic cleft. When an electrical signal reaches the end of the presynaptic neuron, it triggers the release of neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters cross the synaptic cleft and bind to receptors on the postsynaptic neuron. This binding can trigger or inhibit a new electrical signal in the postsynaptic neuron. Now, not all synapses are created equal. Some are excitatory and some are inhibitory. What's the difference, you ask? Well, excitatory synapses increase the likelihood that the postsynaptic neuron will fire a signal. They're like the green light at an intersection, telling the neuron to go. On the other hand, inhibitory synapses decrease the likelihood of the neuron firing a signal. They're like the red light telling the neuron to stop. The balance between these excitatory and inhibitory signals is crucial for the proper functioning of our nervous system. Too much excitation can lead to conditions like epilepsy, while too much inhibition can lead to conditions like depression. So while they may be microscopic, synapses play a colossal role in our nervous system. They allow our neurons to communicate and work together to control everything from our thoughts and feelings to our movements and reflexes. Synapses are the key to the nervous system's communication. The nervous system is a complex and fascinating network that allows us to interact with the world around us. This intricate web, made up of billions of neurons and glial cells, governs everything we do, from our thoughts, feelings, and movements to simply keeping us alive. Our central nervous system, consisting of the brain and spinal cord, works in harmony with the peripheral nervous system, which includes the somatic and autonomic systems. Together, they control voluntary and involuntary bodily functions while maintaining a constant flow of information between our body and brain. Neurons, the basic units of this system, transmit information in the form of electrical and chemical signals, with synapses serving as contact points. It's a beautifully orchestrated symphony of signals, creating the reality we perceive and react to. It's crucial to take care of this intricate system by leading a healthy lifestyle, maintaining a balanced diet, and engaging in regular exercise. So next time you make a decision, remember it's your incredible nervous system at work.